guys, it's Amanda Pulitano. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, make sure to subscribe and turn on my post notifications so that you don't miss an upload. So today I am going to be doing an everyday makeup routine video. I'm just gonna go through what I do on a day-to-day basis. Well, actually, I don't do my makeup every day, but I am not kidding. Every single time that I do my makeup, I do the same look. I think I've forgotten how to do literally anything else because I always do the exact same thing. It just like always comes out good and I just feel safe doing it. Therefore, that's what I do every single time. And I haven't given you guys an updated makeup video in a long time, so I thought we could sit down today. I'll do my makeup, show you guys how I do it, and we could chat a little bit. And I'm gonna walk you through step by step exactly what I do. So yes, I already did my skincare routine. My skin hasn't been amazing lately. I have a little bit of breakouts. My skin has just been like clogged. I don't know what it is. I really don't know because I've been doing the same skincare routine that usually works for me. So I don't know what the issue is recently, but my skin's kind of freaking out. But it's okay because this makeup routine covers it. First things first, gotta get my hair out of my face. These headbands are like my favorite thing in the entire world. I got them from Amazon and they just like really get your hair pulled back. And they're so cute, like look at that. So first I always use this Tatcha sleeping mask for my lips. Genuinely the best lip balm ever. It is so good. So I start off with a primer. Recently I've been using this one by the brand Touch in Soul. It's the No Pore Can I talk? Am I okay? It's the No Pore Blem Okay, No Pore Blem Primer. I'm not okay. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. But I've been using this. I used to use the Fenty Beauty one all the time. I honestly just ran out of it and this is what I've been using. Works pretty good. I like it. So after we get the primer on, I go in with my concealer. I don't wear foundation. Sometimes I will if I'm going out at night or like something like that. But for the most part, I like my makeup comes out the most when I just do concealer. But I also put the concealer literally everywhere. I don't really know, but I'll do like a little bit there and then I do 3 dots like going up. I always put some here, and then I have a lot of problem areas right now, so I kind of am just gonna put it wherever I have some redness. I also picked my skin earlier today, which is literally terrible, so I have like way more redness than normal. Great. Why did I do that when I knew I was gonna film this video? Don't know, but you know, things happen and sometimes you can't prevent them. Actually, I could have prevented this, but it's okay. Now that I have concealer literally everywhere and should have probably just done my foundation, it's okay. I'm gonna go wet my beauty blender, but I would die simply without my beauty blender. Love her. I just blend in all that concealer by dabbing it. I kind of feel like I'm doing like a Vogue thing. I haven't done a tutorial in a minute. This is kind of odd. I think one of the main things with becoming a woman, there's two things, important steps when you're transitioning from a girl to a woman. One is learning how to do your makeup to complement your face shape and like just like really like learning your face and what works well on your face, because yes, I could give you this tutorial and you could follow it, but it really comes down to like your face shape and what looks best on you, you know? Like every face is different, so every like makeup look is gonna be different based off of your face. That's why I really like doing my makeup rather than like going to a makeup artist, because I know my face, you know? And I know what looks best on my face. So I feel like that, learning that is like a huge step in becoming a woman. And also finding your perfume, like your staple scent. That is like a really big step in becoming a woman. Who agrees? I really think it is. It's a monumental moment in a woman's life. All right, so now that that's all blended, it's time to bring the dimension back into my face. Did I even say what concealer I used? I'm already starting off terribly. I used the Fenty Beauty concealer in shade 210. I really love it. And then I used the Fenty Beauty Matchstick in Mocha. I literally have been using these two products for so long and I really just like love them. I feel like once I find a product that like works well for me, I just don't stop using them. Like I really just love these two products. Maybe I should switch it up because it's getting boring that I just like use the same stuff all the time. So this is how I contour my face. I do a lot on my forehead. I do a line down my cheek and I like to kind of swoop it up like that to like really define my cheekbones, and then do my nose, jawline. That's where I apply it. And then I take my beauty blender, the butt of it, and I just blend that all in. I really want to try the Charlotte Tilbury contour stick thing, and I tried to buy it, but they were all out when I went, so. Oh, I also put a little bit on my eyelids. Sometimes I like to go back in like underneath the contour with the concealer just to like kind of like reverse contour, I think it's called. Just like highlight it a bit. I don't know. Now I like to go in with a little brush and blend out the nose contour. I feel like this is just like a little bit more precise. I'm still definitely not the best at the nose contour situation. Sometimes it turns out better than others. I kind of just play with it, but I really like contouring my nose. I do it every single time I do my makeup. It's just like, will it look good? Who knows? Most of the time it actually does. It never looks bad. It's just like sometimes it like makes it look like it's contoured and makes my nose look better, or sometimes it just makes my nose look the same and it doesn't really do anything. I'm gonna go in with like a little brush, like a tiny one, and like create a little line for that like little like button nose effect. I take some concealer and I just clean up the sides, and then I'll do a dot on the tip of my nose and then like 3 going up the bridge to like highlight it. I don't know, I noticed that this really helps. It really actually makes a huge difference. Now that I'm like filming it and really paying attention to what I'm doing, I feel like it looks like, you could definitely tell. And this is something new in my makeup routine that I've recently started doing. Next, I take my Laura Mercier setting powder, translucent one. I'm kind of running low on this, but this is a must-have. It is one of my favorite products ever. With the translucent powder, I take some on another beauty blender. I strictly use this beauty blender for powder, and I do a little line under my contour. Yeah, I let it bake around my nose and then underneath my contour, because I don't really like to let it bake under my eyes because my eyes can kind of get dry underneath. So I kind of just like press in the powder on my forehead and under my eyes. For under my eyes, I like to use a little brush, and I'll look up and blend out any lines or creases and then go in with the powder and kind of just like brush it over. I feel like my under eyes don't need too much powder. They dry out and don't look good when I let it bake. So I just kind of like brush it underneath, pack it in, set it, but baking is just too much for underneath my eyes. I feel like that's something that's like, everybody's different. So like if baking works for you, go crazy. But for me, it just like doesn't in that area. Like underneath my contour and on the sides of my nose, like I like to bake, but my under eyes just don't accept the baking. Oh my god, I forgot to do my freaking cream blush. I hate when I do this. I hate it, but I'm still gonna do it. I'm still gonna do the cream blush even though I already put on powder. Doesn't matter, I didn't really put powder here. So I've been using the Milk Makeup lip and cheek stain thing in the shade Work. I absolutely love this shade. It's like this reddish pink shade, and I just think it's stunning. I kind of put a lot, and then I just blend it with my beauty blender. This blush is just so pretty. Like it gives you the prettiest pinky rosy color, and I just adore it. Like blush is so cute. I haven't always worn blush too, and like now that I do, I'm like, where have you been my entire life, you know? Next, I use my Pretty Vulgar bronzer in Sunkissed Snitch. This is a pretty dark bronzer, but I use it for contour. I use 2 different bronzers. So first I use this one with like an angled little brush, and I'll go over where I contoured and I'll kind of like blend in the bake with this a bit. I go into this product with a very, very light hand, and I don't use too much of it because like I said, it is kind of a darker shade. That's why I use it to contour. I literally just put this bronzer exactly where I put the other contour stick. And then I go in with a little brush like this, small one, into the bronzer, and I blend that into my crease. Oh my god, it gets so hot in my apartment when I film because I turn my AC off because my AC is so loud. And now I'm sweating and kind of forming a headache. I also literally have nothing to do tonight. Yeah, I'm doing my makeup, so I hope that somebody hits me up and is like, let's do something. But actually no one's going to because I have no friends. Just kidding. I have friends, but I definitely know nobody's gonna ask me to do anything tonight. Super fun. Then I take a bit more and I go back over the contour on my nose and blend away the powder that's on my nose. I only do a little bit, like I literally dipped the slightest bit into the bronzer. Look at me being a fucking beauty guru. Unbelievable. Glitter Makeup Lover 6 is here, baby. She's here and she's back and she's better than ever. If you know who Glitter Makeup Lover 6 is, give this video a thumbs up and comment and say, I'm a real one. Hashtag GML. No, seriously, if you do remember that, comment the glitter emoji, the little sparkle. I want to see how many real ones there are that watch my videos. So now that I'm done with that, I sometimes will go in with my Hoola bronzer. This is like a very, I don't know, I do my makeup kind of odd, I think. But I go in with kind of a big fluffy brush. And I kind of just put the Hoola everywhere. Warm up the face, you know? Dust off where there's extra powder. Next, I do my eyebrows. So I use the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Lift in dark brown and I brush through my brows. And then I just fill them in where they're a little sparse, like on this end over here, a little bit in the front over here. This is a pretty good product, I really like it. Now I go in with the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. And I just set my eyebrows with this. This is like the best product ever. I love it. And I just like kind of brush my brows up. Next I go in with this little palette. It's by the brand Radial and it's their Electric Chill palette. I really like the browns in it. They're just super deep. And I take like a mix of like this brown and this brown on a small little brush. And I like to blend that underneath my lower lash line to kind of like just like darken it up, add some definition, and I kind of like look out the edge to kind of make like a little bit of a wing, but not really a wing. I kind of blend it out. It just like gives me that like cat eye look a bit without like actually doing a wing. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of this brown and like just deepen up my outer corner a little bit with that. I really like it when my eyes are pretty dark, in the crease at least. I don't know, I feel like it just brings everything together. Sometimes I'll leave it at the bronzer, but if I'm like taking pictures or going out at night, I always like kind of add a little bit more like this to the eyes. This palette is so old. It is the Smashbox Full Exposure palette. I have had this for years and years and I love the colors in it. It's so pretty. But I just take a small brush and I take these two like really shimmery like white and like beige-ish colors. And I like to just like put that on my inner corner a little bit just to like open my eyes up. I just started doing this, putting it on the inner corner and then like blending it a bit like onto my lid. I just started doing this. I do the tiniest little bit. I just feel like it really like opens them up. It's like not too much, like it really isn't much at all. You can barely tell, but I like it. So next I go in with a blush. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic Swish and Pop Blusher in Ecstasy. Just add a little bit more blush. Kind of like the same shade as the Milk one that I use, so it just like kind of pops. I feel like blush always like fades on me, so I kind of put a lot in the beginning, and then by the time that I'm like done with my makeup, it's like gone. So I don't really know where it'd be going, but yeah, that's why I put a lot. So before I do my mascara, I like to set my face. I use this. It is the Hourglass Soft Focus Setting Spray. It's like a mist. I really like the way it feels, and it just like locks everything in, makes everything look extra glowy and dewy, which I love. Next, I'm going to curl my eyelashes, and I've been using this mascara. It's the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. I like it. I kind of have been switching up my mascara a lot. Like every time I run out of one, I try a new one. So yeah, that's just what I've been using recently, and I think it looks pretty good. I kind of curl my eyelashes in a certain way, so I like to like squeeze it together like 10 times and make them like hella curly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then when I put on the mascara, I like to like look down. Like I like to have my mirror like underneath. It kind of prevents it from like getting on my lid, which still happens, but it does prevent it a lot when you apply it looking down. And I put on hella mascara. I like my eyelashes to look long as hell. I do the tiniest little bit of bottom mascara. Mascara really just like is everything. Like it just adds that like oomph that everyone needs. Okay, now the last step is my lips, which is actually like also probably one of my favorite steps because it just really finishes it off, obviously, and I love lip liner. Okay, let me go downstairs and get my bag, and then I'll show you guys my signature lip look that I do every day. This is like a classic. I feel like everybody knows about it, but it's just so good. Like I really think it's worth all of the hype. It is the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner in Pillow Talk. I absolutely love it. And yes, I am sharpening it with this kind of sharpener, which is probably terrible and it doesn't really work. But yeah, I line my lips. It's a very similar shade to my natural lip color, which I think is why I like it so much, because you can kind of like overline and it looks like extra natural since it is kind of the shade of my lips, which obviously it's not gonna be the shade of everybody's lips, but I think that's why I like it so much. Sometimes I do switch it up and I'll use this lip liner if I want a more nude color. This is the NYX lip liner in Sugar Glass. I really like that shade. I've been using that a little bit more recently, but this is my OG. I also do have the Pillow Talk lipstick, so sometimes I'll add a bit of that. And then my go-to lip gloss has been the Wander Beauty Lip Retreat Oil. And this is just super moisturizing since it is an oil. It's not sticky or anything. It really just like makes your lips moistened. Ew, I hated that. That is my finished everyday makeup routine. Yeah, that's how I do my makeup like pretty much every single time that I do my makeup. Sometimes I actually go in with this. It is the ColourPop Freckle Pen in dark brown. I really like this, and I'll just go over like my natural little freckles and beauty marks just to like make the makeup look even more natural. And I'll just like add extra freckles on my nose. They're so cute. I don't do this every time, but every time that I do add this, I like my makeup 10 times better. Sometimes I just forget. So yeah, that is my finished makeup look. This is how it looks. It's super just like natural, glowy vibe, and it never fails me every single time. I just love how it comes out. So yes, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all to the moon and back, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video.